Guten Tag, guten Tag, guten Tag, guten Tag. Well, today starts my journey of really pushing and putting some effort into voice acting. That is something that I have been wanting to do, needing to do, and I don't put enough time in it. Being father of two, husband, fighter, all the above, right? But as me and my wife discussed, the biggest part of not achieving these goals is the start. It's not the finish, it's the start. And they say the best time to do recordings is when your voice is the most relaxed. I've heard that for recording artists, they do it at night and also early in the morning where your voice is the most relaxed. So it's 5:37 in the morning and just got up. Perfect time. So today's content is going to be job burnout. Now, I have been working since the age of 15, and um, I would say I have over 30 years of experience working and probably another 16 plus years of working in the corporate, federal, state, county arena, and just 30 years of working. And burnout is a real thing, but also a subcontext of burnout is also when you are working and the work that you're producing, whomever you work for, they are profiting more off your work than you are. And those dividends don't always dividend into your bank account the way they should. Because in this here world, this here United States, you have to capitalize on whatever comes easy to you to get out of the nominal um, blue collar or the median line and to get over to the entrepreneur side, to get over to the freer tax bracket, which is anything above. I believe the medium for Texas is somewhere between 50 and 80 for one person as far as per household. So to typically be free in the sense of economy in the state of Texas, that's where I'm at, is you need to be over the 130, 140 range. And that is when you start to be able to have the one or two vacations a year and able to put a little something aside. But the thing about job burnout, job hurt, is it comes in a funny time. It comes at a time where you're not, they're not able to pull the wool over your eyes. You see the play, you know the play, you know the play by play, and you know what's coming. And at that point, you're like, dang, here we go again. And then you start putting these here we go again moments together in the workplace setting, and it's almost identical to the fact of you're like, I can see this coming a mile away. And then it happens. And you're kind of like devastated. You're devastated, number one, that it keeps happening. Number two, this is a different job. It still keeps happening. And number three, you come to the conclusion, it's me. Why does this keep happening? I'm a good person. I work hard. I'm diligent. I keep to myself. I do what I said contractually I was going to do. Sometimes, or if not, I'm better compensated for it than others. But at the end of the day, I still have to find another job, maybe a few years shorter than I did the last time. And you're saying to yourself, well, what in the hell is going on? It's because you can see the play. And also, if you believe in this sort of thing, as God is leading you somewhere. And stop my phone. God is leading you somewhere. And, I used to be able to stay on a job a long time, but I can't do that anymore. And I know God is moving me somewhere. And I don't stay long. I have a time period to meet certain people, do certain milestones, um, and then it's on to the next journey. And it's just that's the way it's been. I worked about a decade on a state job, and toward the end, I started meeting these milestones that I had to start chronicalizing in my mind as I was burned out probably after about 4 years, but due to obligations, kids, wife, husband, house, dog, you name it, I stayed. And I was in literally, it felt like I was in the Bermuda Triangle. The signal went in, the ship went in, and nothing came out, but I still produced enough to take care of wife, kids, dog, house, all of that. But it felt like shit the whole time. Um, so after that experience, I started to chronologize. After I meet certain people and certain milestones, my employment is ending. And it's ending when I feel some kind of way about I've had enough of being a body, a number, a counted upon, and I'm counted upon and I'm trusted, but yet it doesn't feel like anything. I'm running, I'm hiding from people, and I'm hiding from my kids. I just feel like nothing. Yet I'm doing what most Americans do, and what I was producing just didn't feel like anything. That's the burnout. Paid the mortgage, paid the insurance, picked the kids up from school, took them home, went to the church, stayed involved in church, took care of your parents. All these things, but still felt like nothing. Nothing. Still felt like nothing. And I was like, man, I think I stayed at this job too long. But in that predicament, I didn't have the ability to use any of my VA benefits, um, and do what I wanted to do, or get into management, things I couldn't do, or IT before I was completely burned out, as now I am completely burned out on working for people. Hence, start your own voiceover. However long it takes, make it work so you can stop showing up to people's job, and then you have to find a job every other year or two. That sucks, right? So after meeting those milestones, that job expired. Now go to another job. Got my dream job teaching. I'm a teacher, be a football coach. High stress, no support. Go. Less than equal. Just wake up. I was burned out. I was burned out. Money was a little bit better, but I was burned out. I didn't have the fortitude I had from the previous job, but it was a different set of circumstances. I was more of a personal relationship manager versus a facilitator. Two different things. So now I'm entrusted with little minds and bodies, and that's a different animal. Can't even get to it in this video. I'm gonna just keep rolling. So now that job is ended. Get to another job. Less than a year. I'm out. Can't do it. Conditions, the job, time, body, it just wasn't working, right? So that job is less than a year. Um, you know, worked another job, um, about a year in another county facility, and for the county, about a year, life kicks in. I don't have the mind or the patience to deal with difficult situations, and I was in a very difficult situation, and um, about a year, I think I stayed. That job ended unceremoniously in a way I did not predict. Again, the money was a lot better. Sitting in the closet, not the most comfortablest. Oh, my kid, dude. Oh my God. All of a button. Not comfortable. But this was the easiest place with dead space. And we're gonna keep moving. So unceremoniously, again, I'm realizing I don't have the time, patience to deal in extreme circumstances. And that job ended unceremoniously. I'm proud of the way it ended. But again, I'm on this journey of self-discovery, and I discover I just cannot handle and deal with certain things, and I'm not going to. And that job ended not the way I envisioned it. So fast forward, I am on another job, and the alarm is ringing yet again. So I've been on this job about a year and a half, and the burnout is real. So trying to do my best, keep my head low, meek, take care of my business for the fam, all that great stuff, right? And now, for some odd reason, the company I'm employed for, some of the superiors, um, they are targeting employees and they are doing unethical things. And we have a imbalance of properly qualified and also we have a imbalance of gender. So it's very top heavy of the opposite gender. And that's oil and water and it's never gonna mix. And for some dumb reason, they want to pick on the fool who wife already had one of these instances, and I know the play. And they're counting me like one other sheep that just gonna get skinned, and you gonna take my fur and go, or my cotton and go. Well, I ain't that dog. I ain't that sheep. Now I gotta show you. And now things are about to get weird yet again. And I said, well, Lord, this may be the last job I work for someone, but it's looking like I'm going to have to get another job at some point in time soon because this one, it's scorched earth. I didn't scorch it, but it's scorched earth. And I'm going to have to get out before they can close the deal because they're laying footwork to try and close the deal. So I need to beat them to the punch. And I'm working on it and get somewhere where I can restart this clock. But the thing about job burnout is it's a very peculiar animal, and sometimes people don't judge it properly, and you just keep perpetuating the cycle. If you're shutting down, it says you're overworked, you have no energy for your loved ones when you come home, you start your dreads to go to work, the money doesn't go as far as it needs to go, yet you're pouring everything out that you got. Your cup is empty, and you're still barely getting by. It's not being poor. Poor, that's a different thing. But job burnout is a real thing also because you can take it from one to the other because you keep learning what they're going to do and you know what they're going to do. You're watching them do it and there's nothing you can do about it. I've never been fired from a job ever based on my work ethic and what I produce, ever. But I've also been in jobs to where a series of unfortunate events have happened and I have to leave the job. And that has happened more than 3 times in the last 5 years. And now I know, hey, this is job burnout. mixed with a vodka of depression and trauma. It's a potent cocktail, y'all. And a lot of people don't understand the symptoms: shutting down, hiding, compartmentalizing, depression, overexertion, underpaid, dreading work. Maybe some do, maybe some don't. So if that is you and you are going through these things, you got to ask yourself, is there another way I can skin this cat? Another job that's going to fit? Is it me? What's God trying to tell me? And you just got to sit, go inside before you can come back outside. Because as of right now, I got a couple irons in the fire to take off at some point. But it's been my prayer that I can be a voice actor. I can take care of my family from the comfort of my own closet. Other people are doing it. Been told for years I have a great voice, a radio voice. I said, well, let me try. But let me earnestly try. Because I don't have time to go the traditional route, but I got to do something. I want to get a voice coach, have time, resources, but it's not always accurate. So I got to do something at my pace to make a table and make a place for myself at a table that's not at somebody else's behest or their own time. So if you ever feeling like that with this, you're going to have to go inside and come back outside. Because job burnout, man, it's real. It's really real. It's a real thing. You can go on Reddit, you can go anywhere, Google, you'll find it. But what you got to find for yourself is peace after you find it. I'm still working on it, but this is my journey. I'm just happen to using this platform for voice acting. I'm telling a story, but you're not just getting a texture of my voice, you're getting the story behind it. And someone likes it, great. They want to give me a job, great. But if somebody wants to listen to it and it helps them, that's even greater. So this will be going under one of my pages where I have a few subscribers, and it's going to build up to my other page when I switch that over. And I'm using an audio file, so it'll be smaller enough that I can just drop it in, put maybe a couple pics or not, and just do audio. That's what podcasts started as, just audio. That way you can choose to tune in and you don't. But I'll figure out how to get those clicks. Still working on it. So that's my soul. That's enough for my soul. That's 23 minutes plus. I have another topic another day. But I thought this one was pertinent given what's going on with another expiring job and made enough progress to seek another job and got some other opportunities coming. So it is what it is. But don't sit on your hands on something you want. Go do it. Even if you don't have all the tools and everything you need, go do what you want to do and worry about it later. Take it from a 40-year procrastinating. It ain't gonna stop. But if you start, you got a chance. On that note, I'm gonna get out of here because it's 6 o'clock. I can't go to sleep. Too much on my mind. And I don't have enough time to record it all. So, y'all have a good one. And on to the next episode. Thanks for your time.